Hello, friends and adventurers, and welcome back to Sally Cat Plays Exile 2, Crystal Souls. Today, it's time to explore the city of Almaria, gateway to the Great Cave. Signed by the bridge reads, Almaria Bridge, toll 5 gold. We've got over 6,000, that's fine. At this end of the bridge, a nervous guard asks you for the 5 gold toll to cross. We could rush the gate, but I don't really want to. I don't want to annoy city guards. You pay, and the relieved guards let you through. Why, have they been having trouble with people paying tolls or not doing so? Interesting assortment of folks in the inn. You meet a mighty soldier of exile. She eyes you up and down. Even her eyelids have big muscles. Call me Shirley. Beaten on anyone who causes trouble. Or Empire soldiers. Or anyone who makes lame-ass jokes about my name. So watch it. You decide to watch it. Surely you can't be serious. Ha 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 ha. You meet a woman with the look of having traveled from one end of exile to the other. She is perched on top of a stool, tuning an amazing rarity, a guitar. She stops tuning the guitar. Hello, travelers. I'm Gypsy. Traveling and playing, same as I always do. I just came over from Darman. Ever been there? Big city, under a hill, well to the west. Probably the busiest place in exile. Never seen people move faster in all of exile than there now. You see, the big front between us and the Empire is just north of there. Lots of action, lots of fighting. I'm staying away from there for a while. Want to live to keep playing. With that, she plays a rousing song on her guitar. You stand entranced. It's been a long time since you've heard surface world music. Always good to see the traveling minstrel is alive and well. You meet a heavy-set Moor with a variety of weaponry. He eyes you and your gear, and seems to approve of what he sees. He grants you a broad smile. Greeting, adventurers! I'm Monty. I'm heading on over to Blosk, you know, about 100 miles west. They have a need for good fighters there. The Empire started attacking there a lot since the barriers came down. They're starting to learn their way around the caves. Good place for a merc to be. He thinks. Just between you and me, though, if you go there, keep your eyes open. Word is, there's some spying going on. Intrigue? That's just the rumor. That Blosk has a lot of trouble with that. Means they need good men all the more. So I remember Monty being in Almaria in the previous game, but I thought he was a merchant? Possibly a merchant caravan guard instead of a mercenary? Whatever. It's not like this is a bad time for anyone to be picking up some weapon skills. An immaculately groomed Nephar stands proudly behind an immaculately clean bar. He looks nervous, as if he expects you're going to hate him on sight. He bows. I am Myrrh. Welcome to my inn. His speaking is unusually clear for a Nephil or Nephar. I own this inn. How it happened is an odd tale, but it is mine, and I run it with pride. You may buy my fine rations, or get a room for a mere 5 gold. Rhiannon, a kind lady, ran this inn before me. She took me in when I was but a kit, during the wars between your people and mine. She raised me, and when she died, may she find rest, the inn was left to me. People feared me at first, but they got used to me quickly enough, and now I own this inn. His lithe form stands proudly. Good for you. Myrrh's rations are reasonably priced for this area. And the room helps us recover from whatever bumps and bruises we picked up previous episode. No? Okay, this might just be a little bolt hole or escape hatch, just in case the inn needs to be evacuated. There's a cat. You reach down to pet a cat. To your surprise, it jumps away, saying, "Knock it off." I'm Dagger, like you care. It spits. I'm a familiar, okay? What's it to you? It stares up at you boldly. It means I got no dignity. I follow Laura around and protect her. I don't get any kind of say in the matter. Who's this Laura? Haven't met her yet. Yeah, she's around here somewhere. Now don't get me wrong, I like her a lot. She's as good a mistress as there is. But hey, any job that ends me up talking to knuckle knobs like you, that's a job I can do without. It doesn't seem to like you. Cats are like that sometimes. Some cats are like that. There's one cat in my neighborhood that loves coming over to say hi and receive pets. He's a friend. Long passage here. Huh. How odd. Can't seem to find a way in there. Oh. Didn't read the sign. Should always read the signs. Sign on the wall, apothecary. There is a buxom, smiling woman with long black hair sitting behind the counter. A long row of bottles, filled with brightly colored fluid, are arrayed before her. I'm Rosemary. You can purchase fine potions here, and sell pretty much anything. This is a time of great demand. Almaria has become the big supply storage place for the whole army. They're always needing new equipment, and they often come to me. I'll buy all sorts of stuff. Cool, I tend to have various things to sell. But first, what kind of potions do you have? Medium, curing, healing. Ooh, energy, that's a good one. And strength potions. And what do I have? Oh, I need to identify a couple of things here. Delamain, do the thing. So the gem that we found in the lava tube is rough rubies. And the necklace that we bought off the woman with the sick child, or sick son, I think. Flame necklace. It has 3 charges of the flame spell. That's not terribly useful. But we can sell it. We can also sell the gremlin amulet. Here, go drop this in an Empire camp or something, would you? Still need to show off what the gloves and boots do. And Scorn has a lot of throwing weapons right now. Oh, I've got another unidentified necklace. Missed that. Scorn, we'll have you do this one because Delamain is awfully low on spell points. Feldspar Charm. What does that do? It's cursed. Okay. Jay's Old Armor Shop. There's a tall, skinny guy sitting behind a counter polishing a shield. He's really pale, like all citizens of Exile, but not as pale as most. He even has a tiny bit of color in his cheeks. Hi, he greets you with a wide smile. I'm Jay. Well, you can buy all sorts of armor here. And then, if you want weapons, you can get them nearby. Yeah, Shannon sells them next door. He grins. We came down into Exile together. We were some of the last ones to do so, just before the war started. It was tough, but we're adjusting. Okay. What kind of armors do you have? You have pretty decent mid-game stuff, but nothing I need. And behind the locked door, you have a bedroom. Pretty standard. Shannon's weaponry. You meet a woman with short, curly hair and skin pale even by Exile standards. You would think she was born here. She puts down the rapier she was sharpening to greet you. I'm Shannon. She waves at the weaponry surrounding her. You can buy all of this if you got the cash. It's tough getting good weapons and armor in these times, but we're clever. How so? Well, Jay and I only came down here 2 years ago, but we were good scroungers on the surface world, and we're better here. Think about lots of fighting. There's plenty to salvage. I bet. We search the passages around here for battlegrounds. It's grisly work, but Exile needs weapons more than scruples. I suppose. What you got? Cavewood bow, arrows, stone, bronze. Steel short sword is decent, but we've got better. And again, standard bedroom. Hey, you look interesting. You meet a short, round woman clad in rough mage's robes, designed for traveling. I'm Laura. Well met. My familiar and I are heading back to the Tower of Magi. I want to learn more about the Vanatai, and there seems like the best place. My magical animal companion, Dagger. If you see her, you can say hi, but don't expect politeness. She's not a happy animal. Ask about the Vanatai and, oh yes, everyone's talking about them, but especially mages. A whole new people to learn about, to learn skills from. Pity so many of them hate us. Still, they're on everyone's mind. A soldier at Fort Emerald? He even claims some of them were nearby. Wait, what? What would Vanatai be doing around Fort Emerald? Just gotta clear out empty spots on the map. What's in here? Some kind of storeroom, probably. Yes, a storeroom with some food that we are not going to steal from the people and army of Exile. We got plenty. Oh, this looks like a training hall. Do we have skill points right now? A few. I'll probably come back later to do training. You meet an aging, dark-skinned man who moves around with uncommon grace. He bows deeply to you at the waist. I am Julio. I train those who would be adventurers after me, those who still have the youth to explore. I've been down here 15 years now, most of that spent wandering, and most of that spent looking for an exit to the surface. Never found one, but someone else did, in the last place I was going to look. Can't get to it now. Empire owns that land. Here they sealed it up, but good. Total waste. Still, Another exit will be found one day, though not by me. And when it is, I'll walk there, even if I'm 100. Good to have goals and aspirations there. As you pass this gate, guards check to make sure you have at least soldier clearance. Then they let you by. Okay. That's right. Almaria is basically separated into two halves here. The main city and then the army supply depot. Painted on the walls in neat red letters. Beast pens. Magi clearance. Ah, but I only have soldier clearance. You've heard rumors of places like this, where Exile keeps creatures that may come in handy in attacks on the Empire. These pens, however, are unguarded. Odd. Best tread lightly. Okay, lack of clearance does not seem to be stopping me here. Yikes. I think the rune will keep those guys in. Basilisk. No thank you. Nah, you can't get me from here. You find a small, private military dock, from which supplies and soldiers are shipped to the northern cities. Looking around, it is clear that Almaria is a supply hub for the entire Exile army. With the river, it's pretty well situated to be so. The sign depicts a simple gold ankh. Probably a temple. Or healer, I guess? A tall, thin blonde woman sits cross-legged in front of a brazier, from which incense smoke billows. When you approach, she turns a serene gaze up to meet you. I am Miranda. Welcome. I seek a way for peace and tranquility, when all that is around is death. All people do is try to find ways to kill one another. I see it in them. I see it in you. I saw it on the surface. All I can do is heal them when they fall, in the hope that they gain some wisdom in their recuperation. She sighs, and a half-smile flits across her face. Heavens, I sound naive. Oh well. A dream perhaps unattainable, perhaps naive, but look around. Truly, what other dream is there worth having, besides being able to seek one's life path in peace? I see a few bits of stuff lying around, but it is not ours to take, especially not with the guards. Commander's office. There is a scarred, balding, and richly odored man sitting at the desk. He turns to you, relieved to be able to ignore his papers for a while. Call me Captain Dirk. I'm quartermaster here. I look at the supplies and boats and stuff. I keep track of what all we got here and send it where they need it. I give boats to them that needs them. He leans close. We don't got many boats total, but I got one here. And if you pay me a 200 gold, filing fee, I'll let you take it. He reclines back. So what do you say? Let me know if you ever want to buy the thing. Well, it is cheaper than Silvar, but we already have a boat, although it's parked back over at Silvar. I'll think about it. Maybe later. Little kitchen. Hello. There is a very small woman sitting at the table, blissfully reading. She seems oblivious to your presence. She looks up at you regretfully. I'm Abby. She returns to her reading. She looks up at you, somewhat irritated. I'm really quite busy. I'm sorry. She looks back at her book. Seems like maybe someone we need another keyword for. Suddenly, the stillness of this dusty warehouse is broken by the loud popping noises of teleportation. Dust flies outward as Empire soldiers start appearing at the north end of the warehouse. It appears to be some sort of surprise raiding party, skilled and well-equipped. And, judging from the looks of irritation and surprise on their faces, they didn't expect a band of adventurers at the arrival point. The nearby guards call for help. The attackers charge. The guards behind you ready missiles. And you, as usual, are in the middle. Oh boy. Ooh! Ow! Okay, for that you guys have to die. Do I still have exploding arrows? That's Scorn. There's trouble. Scorn does still have exploding arrows. Hee. Not nearly as good as a proper fireball or firestorm, but slightly better damage than I've tended to get from the exploding arrows. What do you mean that one didn't explode? Why didn't my last exploding arrow explode? I'll just have to soothe myself with a good old-fashioned fireball. I'll also have to be pretty careful not to damage the friendly soldiers. The leader of the raid falls. You see he was carrying a small satchel slung over his shoulder. When it falls, several small items fall out of it, including a scroll. Interesting. Fine, take all my kills, why don't you? Ooh, enough for one more. Excellent. Now, I might be remembering wrong, but I think in some of the remakes, casting buffs on your party also will bless and haste other friendly allies. It looks like it didn't do that in this game. Empire orders. Yoink. Iron chainmail and iron hammer and ring yoinked for the money. Potion of doom. Yeah, do not drink the potion of doom, but could be worth something. Also, this is another case in Exile 2 where a big plot event happens and surprisingly few to no NPCs actually react to it. Potion of Doom worth 20 gold! Yay! Bronze Ring of Skill, that's actually pretty decent. I'll figure out who gets that later. Meanwhile, Empire orders. The scroll provides directions for reaching an Empire's safe house in Almaria. It says go to the end of the long alley in the southeast corner and push the blue stone. It's odd this seemingly suicidal attack would come equipped with information on an Empire hideaway on the other end of town. Maybe they would have escaped through there if you hadn't stopped them. Have I talked to you before? Okay, that's Monty. Well, if it's an Empire safe house, I'd better save my game, because my mage characters are a little low on spell points right now. Mostly on account of all the identification. Interesting. Set in the wall at the end of this long dead-end passageway, you notice an odd blue stone that we totally didn't notice the last time we were here. You give it a light push, and the whole wall slides away. There is a room to the north. And of course, the door is locked. There we go. And this Empire hideout comes complete with magical traps. The demons that appear don't seem too enthused about having to fight you, but attack anyway. Oh, ow. Heal All's a level 6 spell. I need to go to Darman soon and see if I can get my level 6 priest spells there. This is not going as well as I'd hoped. Still blessed and hasted. I can turn it around. No spell points. Welp. What do I have equipped? Lightning rods. Sure.
Cool.
Why is the lightning rod not affecting the demon? Okay, time to clean up the poison and disease. And Telemaine is now useless. Great. We'll just have him hide. Fire arrows. I require more throwing weapons. Okay, just summons left now. Okay, this episode is going to wind up heavy on both the combat and the talking, it seems. And I need to go and rest or something to restore my spell points. Okay, nice big wide open town square. City Hall. The secretary for City Hall snoozes gently behind the desk, almost totally obscured by the huge stacks of papers before him. Maybe those huge stacks of papers help to absorb the sound from the nearby combats. He isn't paying attention. The plate on his desk says Duckworth. When you ask, he grumbles and shifts slightly in his chair. A huge, bearded bear of a man sits at the end of a table, staring at a scroll with distaste. The chair he sits on and polished table before him are unusually opulent for Exile. He would seem quite out of place, were it not for his mayor's sash. He looks up. Ah, adventurers. Hello, I'm Mayor Bevan. Staying out of the way of the military, mainly. Almaria is the safest town in Exile, and the most central. Yeah, I've got some news about that. So we're the supply depot for the whole army. He waves at the ocean of paper before him. It's a nightmare of paperwork, but at least we aren't under attack. Yeah, about that. He looks across the table at you. Adventurers? You're probably looking for a mission. Yeah, as far as I know, we can't actually talk to him about the Empire raiding party. Mayor Bevan begins to look very somber. One of our more unstable mages, who went by the name Sixus, suddenly started to believe we wanted him dead and disappeared. What's more, he took lots of records with him. If the Empire caught him, it would be a disaster. Not to mention the harm he could do in his paranoia. We need you to either convince him to return, or failing that, kill him. Do this, and you will be rewarded. If you accept, go ask Abby about Sixus. She knew him. She's somewhere around the supply bins. Well, we do know where Abby is. And again, I cannot unlock the doors at present. Well, I could maybe try picking the lock, but meh. So, hi Abby, sorry to interrupt your reading, but we heard you know about Sixus. Her head pops up. Oh, you're going to try to find poor Sixus? Poor fellow. Good mage, but not quite right in the head. Thinks we want him dead too, not just the Empire. So he packs up and runs, and takes lots of secret stuff with. Odd fellow. I hope you don't have to kill him. He's very bright. And secretive. Secretive, in that he wanted to build a hidden tower way out in the middle of nowhere, with no help from anyone. Bright, in that he did it. Magically. He's probably in that tower now. He never told anyone where it was, not even me and Bevan, his only friends. She thinks. Actually, he did tell me something. He said to get there when building it, he had to take a boat north from Almaria and follow the coast around to the east. He also said it was near a chasm, in a really isolated place. Hope this helps. Maybe I will buy that boat after all. But first, I'm going to rent a room in the inn again. Give some good business to Mur here. Actually, did Mur say there were drinks available? No. And now we can investigate some locked doors.
Darn.
I said... Thank you. Okay, so far it is a generic bedroom. A voice says, "Authorized people only. The traps ahead are deadly, and the quest to rob Almaria is futile." I do believe we found a passage to the town treasury. A secret passage in City Hall. This corridor has, "To Treasury" written all over it. What did I just tell you? In the passage to the west, small sparks are flying off the floor. So we have a zappy floor and a barrier that we can't get through. I'm pretty happy to leave the treasury quite well enough alone. Cat, you're in the way. Here, Dagger, this is a problem. Dagger, stop being a cat and come out of there. Yeah, I think this set of buildings with locked doors is basically just warehouses. Okay, a little more. Come on. Thank you. Typical cat, gotta be in the way. And honestly, I was kind of expecting to find a few Empire soldiers in here. But bookshelves are always good. Clearly, some books have recently been pulled off the bookshelf. The piles of tomes spilled to the ground are a clear testament to that. Still, some of the tomes are from the surface world, and quite valuable down here. Nothing magic, but some stuff is still worth cash. Take a few? Don't mind if I do. At the end of the passage is a very messy desk. The papers and pens on it have been thrown around in someone's desire to flee. I wonder if they ran off before or after we started poking around in here. You rifle greedily through the papers in the desk, looking for some valuable information on Empire activities. Unfortunately, and predictably, they were too smart. The place was quickly and cleanly stripped. Just as you're about to give up, however, you spot a sheet of paper on the floor behind the desk. It's a brief note which reads, "Denrius, our contact in Blosk is working great for us. Information is being left in the statue. Password, worms. I'm off for the raid. Wish me luck. Porl." Statue, huh? Does this mean I have to go talking to statues again? Well, I will let you know in the next episode if I find anything from the statues in Almaria. Meanwhile, I have to wait for the cat to get out of my way again. Have a good one, everybody.